Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepker with Lizzie Burden, and we're joined by Bloomberg's breaking news editor, Louise Moon. Good morning. ASML, a record quarter, really blowout figures, and you see the result in the share price today.
You do, yeah. Hitting record highs in Amsterdam this morning. So last I looked, up about 4%. They had been even higher this morning. I think they started up about 7%. As you say, this is all on the back of their kind of blowout figures this morning. So fourth quarter record orders, 13th straight year of sales growth. Forecast sales will continue to grow in 2026. So all in very strong results and news from them. We had a Bloomberg TV interview with the CEO. He said that despite all of that, even a great company needs to improve, and he wants the company to be more agile. So they are, on top of that, good news, they are also planning about 1,700 job cuts, which is about 4% of their workforce. Those will mainly be in tech and IT, and mostly staff at a leadership level, mostly in the Netherlands, but it will also impact some operations in the US. They're saying that this follows feedback that their organisation is too complex. It can lead to too much time being spent on coordinating things, coordinating processes. So that is kind of the only potentially slight negative news for ASML this morning. But as I say, blowout figures, they're also going to create some jobs, so creating new engineering jobs, roles in manufacturing and other sectors, and they're also planning to expand to a second campus in Eindhoven. So that's in line with demand. So strong demand for ASML being seen both in the numbers and in the share price.
We also had earnings reported from Debenhams, Louise. So how did the market react to those?
Yes, so they boosted their full-year guidance by 11%, and that boosted shares. They climbed to a 6-week high in London. This is all on the back of improvement momentum, particularly in their youth brands. So that includes Pretty Little Thing. They had planned to put Pretty Little Thing up for sale before that. They announced that a while ago. They've now said that they decided not to do that because it's performing well. So this is quite a significant marker, really. It marks the end of what has been a 4-year streak of downgrades for Debenhams, Boohoo. It has recently been rebranded Debenhams. It was called Boohoo. So yeah, signals that their turnaround is gaining traction. They are still exploring sales of non-core assets that can reduce their debt more. And that there's still some room for customer growth to be boosted further. But it's a marker of things starting to improve there.
Yeah, after such consolidation on the high street and in all of those sort of retailers in the UK. Let's think about banks. Societe Generale down. There had been some very high expectations for bank stocks in Europe.
There have been, yeah, and they've performed particularly well over the past year. So if you look at the Stocks 600 Europe Bank Index, so last year SocGen gained 153%, and that was versus the index's 67%. So it's been performing really well, but shares dragging this morning. That's after they've been cut by KBW analysts, and that's the third downgrade for SocGen this month. Essentially, analysts are warning of a risk that it underwhelms, having performed so well over the past year or so. So the analysts at KBW said they don't expect it to deliver returns above 12% by 2028. They don't expect management to give much meaningful updates until there's a bit of a strategy review later this year. So there's a bit of a limit to near-term catalysts that can help the stock. So the third downgrade for SocGen. I must also, though, say that they still do have 16 buys as they're, even though the consensus is slipping slightly, it is still strong in that sense in terms of recommendations.
You're always fair, Louise.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.